Welcome back to the channel, my friends. It's your boy Steve from Straightforward Picks. We are back with your best bets for the NBA here for you today on Monday, November 17th, 2025. We got your NBA player props, totals, spreads, parlays. As always, we got 4 picks in the video. Let's lock in and get this sweep.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire. All my bets straight from. You're in the house that Cab made now. Straight fire.
As always, my friends, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support. As always, let's lock in and have another great day in the NBA, because yesterday, my friends, we brought out the broom. We love to see it. Now, we did just go 2-0, okay? I know it wasn't like earth-shattering, but we went 2-0 plus 2.74 units. It really wasn't a bad day at all for us. We cashed a lot of our three-point ladder there on Franz Wagner. Over 1.5 threes. He ended up hitting 3, which was great. That was the bulk of our ladder. We had a sprinkle on 4 and 5, which obviously didn't come through. He hit 3 at halftime, midway through the second quarter. Was obviously hoping we can cash the entire ladder. Thought we had a good chance. Unfortunately, it just didn't, go all the way up. But obviously, that worked out terrific for us there. And then Michael Porter Jr., our favorite play of the day, our streak play, over 34.5 PRAs, cashes about as easy as it can cash. He almost cashed it in the first half. Ended up finishing with 50. So that was pretty easy. So yesterday, not only did we sweep, but we sweep pretty convincingly, which I like to see that. Definitely a good sign here for us going forward, as honestly, the last couple of weeks we've struggled. So kind of flipping the momentum a little bit. Yesterday was just what we needed. It was exactly what the doctor called for. And I'm excited for the card tonight, guys. Ready to get after it, get on a run like we do here at the channel. And I think we're ready to do that. So, obviously, I'm excited about that. As far as our comment cappers, we didn't have a lot of comments on the video yesterday. I don't think, people were too crazy about the NBA on Sunday yesterday, obviously with the NFL going on. So, we had like 1 or 2 calls in the chat, but we didn't have any comment cappers that hit down in the chat. So make sure you guys are dropping your favorite pick down below for today's action. Put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and if you'd like your pick included in the video, we'll include it in our next video if your pick hits down in the chat. Great way to get some recognition and also help out the community. What you guys see on the board today, a lot of good value. There's a bunch of good things I like today on the board. I'm excited for it. So we are going to have 4 picks today, and hopefully we can keep that running. We'll have our streak play again. Obviously, we're rolling over what we got yesterday from Michael Porter Jr. So we're going to be putting $19.09 on a bet today here at the end, rolling it over from yesterday. Still risking that same tenth of a unit. We haven't cashed it out or whatever. Nothing like that yet. So hopefully we can keep that rolling as well. I'm excited for what we got in store. Keep in mind, we also got our Monday Night Football video live as well. Cowboys Raiders. Go check out that video. Got a couple player props there for you to check out that I really like for that game. We'll also be running a live stream for that game as well. If you guys want to come out, hang out with us tonight, I'll be running a live stream for the Cowboys Raiders game. We could sweat out the bets together, have some fun. Like we do on Monday nights. It's usually a good time. So come on, check that out. It'll start around 8 p.m. About 15 minutes ahead of the game. We'll start up that live stream, so keep that in mind. Last thing, just check out the pinned comment description. Any links you guys are looking for here around the channel, membership, merchandise, social media links, it's all down below in the pinned comment description. Outside of that, let's get after today and get the sweep in the NBA. Let's get right into our picks. At number 1, we'll start with Mikal Bridges. Over 2.5 threes here for the New York Knicks. Minus 126 odds on DraftKings. Risking a unit here. So I actually think this is fantastic value. Given the situation and the spot here, this kind of is like a perfect storm type of play. So this is one where you guys could certainly run a ladder on this, and I think it would be a very solid look up to 5 threes or so. I think Bridges is going to have a lot of opportunity to get there. Whenever I take plays like this, I talk about volume, which is what we want to see. Volume, volume, volume. That's what we're hoping for today. And I think that's what you can expect. No Jalen Brunson, no OG Anunoby means Bridges is going to be shooting the ball a lot more. And the spot to do that on the floor versus the Heat is usually from the three-point line. The Heat ranked 29th in threes allowed to small forwards, which you should see Bridges in that spot. Given the lineup construction, it should be Mikal Bridges starting at small forward. Either shooting guard or small forward. Either way, they still allow a lot of threes to shooting guards as well. But small forward has been the best location on the floor, which, like I said, he should be starting there. And then he should have like a Shamet, like a Shamet starting at the 2 or something like that. Obviously now with OG out, I think Bridges is going to slide down to small forward. You should see that. So, last game he played the Heat without Jalen Brunson. And I ended up taking this, I think, myself. I don't think I took this on the channel. But he attempted 12 threes his last game versus the Heat without Brunson, which obviously I wasn't surprised at because there was no Jalen Brunson. So, obviously, there's going to be more shot volume here for Bridges. So obviously, love seeing that. He ended up just hitting 3 out of 12. He still cashed the line, but he shot 25% from 3. So that's why I say you could take a ladder on him. Generally speaking, you should get a little better than 25% from 3. I think this would be a nice bounce back spot for him to make a few more here. But 7 of 12 this season to this line. 3 of 3 so far on the road. So he's actually been more comfortable on the road to this line. Like seeing that. 4 of his last 5 games versus the Heat, he's hit this line, so he loves seeing that as well. Like I said, this is a prime ladder spot. I'm just not running it today. I'm not starting out the week with a ladder, but I certainly don't mind it, guys. I think it's a very solid play today. Trust me, I really do believe that. Like I said, Heat ranked 29th in threes allowed to small forwards. Heat ranked 23rd in threes allowed to Bridges' 2 favorite spots on the floor, the right corner and the above the arc 3, which is just either the wing 3 or top of the key 3. Left corner they're a little better at defending, which Bridges typically doesn't shoot most of his shots there anyway. He likes that right corner and the above the arc 3. So I really love the spot here on Bridges, guys. I think it's a perfect storm. I don't see how this guy wouldn't hit this line tonight, to be honest with you. He should get the volume, and he should be able to get it done. So, love it there for number 1 pick, guys. Got Mikal Bridges, over 2.5 threes here for the New York Knicks. Minus 126 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we're going Giannis Antetokounmpo, over 49.5 PRAs here for the Milwaukee Bucks. We're going minus 114 odds here on DraftKings, risking a unit here. So Giannis so far 7 of 12 to this line on the season, pretty solid. 3 of 5 on the road, not too bad there. But 3 for his last 3 versus the Cavs on the road, averaging 56 PRAs per game. He performs very well in Cleveland. I expect him to do so once again. So, kind of what I think about with superstars, right? A lot of times you'll see them take over, especially on the road, because role players tend to play better at home. So this is a perfect narrative, obviously, for that. Giannis taking over here in Cleveland. He's been doing that. That's what he does versus the Cavs. And the Cavs are still horrible versus power forwards this season. They rank 30th in PRAs allowed to power forwards. We've actually targeted this matchup recently, obviously with Santi Aldama. Now, Aldama cashed every other line except the one that we took that day. Remember when we took him over 12.5 points? Well, he cashed all his lines, just not his points line. His points line was 12.5, he finished with 12. You guys know how I feel about that. It obviously hurt. The game before that, though, Scotty Barnes posted 46 PRAs, power forward for the Raptors. So, power forwards are still eating versus the Cavs, and I expect Giannis to continue to do that. 13 out of 19 listed power forwards have cashed their PRA line versus the Cavs this season on props.cash, so obviously love seeing that. The only thing that I could see where Giannis might not cash this line would be if this is a crazy blowout. But even there, I still think you can find a way to get there. But obviously, that'd be the only thing I'd be a little concerned about. But look at the way the season's gone so far. The spread is set to 6.5. The Cavs are 1-6 against the spread at home. They have not performed well at home at all. And I've noticed this. They've had some late comebacks, but they've been, not doing well at home at all as far as how they've performed as far as to the spread there. Last game that we saw between these two teams this season, 118 to 113 final. We were actually on the Bucks plus 6.5 that day. So I do think the Bucks could keep this close, obviously, and I think Giannis is going to be a big reason for that. Really like his spot, love the value. I think he's going to get it done for us here today. So love it there for number 2 pick, guys. Got Giannis Antetokounmpo over 49.5 PRAs here for the Milwaukee Bucks. We got minus 114 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, at number 3, we're going Scotty Barnes. Over 12.5 rebounds and assists here for the Toronto Raptors. We got minus 126 odds here on DraftKings. So we got Barnes 8 of 13 to this line on the season. 3 for his last 3, averaging 17 per game. So he's really been coming on, especially of late. And he's in a prime matchup to continue to cash these RAs. He's 3 for his last 5 versus the Hornets with a 16.2 RA per game average. Love seeing that. Hornets ranked 17th in RAs allowed to power forwards, but recently we just saw Giannis put up 25 on these guys. And Chet Holmgren, the guy not even known that much for RAs, put up double digits as well, 10, cashing his line. So you love to see that, obviously. We got Scotty Barnes here averaging 32 minutes per game with 30-plus minutes at least last season. He was 65% to this line. He's 73% to this line this season with 30-plus minutes. I think he gets 30-plus today. I actually think this game will be pretty close. I think the Hornets are not that bad, to be honest with you. And it looks like everyone's slated to play. I love the young guys they got, Canupo and stuff. They can run it up offensively and keep this game close enough to keep Scotty Barnes in the game. So he could get some rebounds and assists. So I'm fully anticipating that once again. I know the Raptors have been really solid this season as well. But I think the Hornets here hang around, and I don't think we have to worry about the minutes for Scotty Barnes too much here. He's averaging over 17 rebounds and assists per game over his last 3 home games versus the Hornets as well. And the matchup is still pretty much the same there with Miles Bridges. So I think this is another great spot here where Barnes should be able to get on the glass. He should be able to rack up a few assists. The Hornets still aren't the best defensive team in the world, and he should be able to get some assists as well. PropStatCash does have him as a +1 projection as well, so I do feel like he's going to go over as well, which I like seeing that. So, love it there, guys, for number 3 pick. We got Scotty Barnes, over 12.5 rebounds and assists here for the Toronto Raptors, minus 126 odds here on DraftKings. Okay, finally at number 4, we got Tyrese Maxey, over 11.5 rebounds and assists here for the Philadelphia 76ers. We're going plus 105 odds here on DraftKings. Love the value, obviously, that we got here, plus value. You can always sign me up for that. Maxey 7 of 12 this season to this line. That's solid, averaging 12.9 rebounds and assists per game. You like to see it. 4 of 6, though, at home. And this is what really caught my eye. He's averaging 14.2 rebounds and assists per game at home, but what I liked is he had a low of 11 in each game at home. So he's getting right there every single time at home in all 6 home games, which I like seeing that. Obviously, he cashed it 4 of the 6, but I think that's obviously terrific. And what you got to doubly love, he's at home, and he's in one of the best matchups you could be in. The Clippers right now ranked 27th in RAs allowed to point guards. And if you see how some of these point guards have done versus the Clippers, it will have you sold. Derek White, 16 for the Celtics. Devin Booker, 19 for the Suns. Devin Booker, 13 for the Suns. Kyle Gillespie even had 12. So however you want to slice it. SGA, 16 for the Thunder. Davion Mitchell, 14 for the Miami Heat. 10 of 15 listed point guards on Props.Cash have cashed their RA line. Now, that includes a couple backups in there that aren't ball dominant. Pretty much any ball dominant guard has cashed their line versus the Clippers this year. And Tyrese Maxey is going to be ball dominant. He's going to continue to be. Now, Paul George is listed as questionable. Keep that in mind. He could be slated to play. Does that change things drastically? I don't think so. A, I don't think Paul George is going to play big minutes his first game back. And B, in either case, it's one more guy that Tyrese Maxey could pass to. I don't really see it necessarily as a negative. Embiid's not slated to play as of right now. So, in either case, I'm not worried about who suits up. I think Tyrese Maxey, in either case, he has kind of taken over the reins as the leader of this team. He's taken those reins from Joel Embiid. He's been a lot more consistent over the last couple of years. So, the ball's going to be in his hands a lot more, which you'll love to see that. 9 of the 15 listed point guards I talked about, guys, have had 10-plus RAs, which I love to see that. So, I think Maxey's got a great chance to cash today, especially for plus value, guys. I absolutely love it. So, love it there for number 4 pick, guys. We got Tyrese Maxey, over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Here for the Philadelphia 76ers, we got plus 105 odds here on DraftKings. And then, guys, finally, our straight fire fave streak. We're on day 2 of this now. Obviously, we cashed yesterday with Michael Porter Jr., turning 10 into 1909. So now we're rolling that over today into our day 2 pick, which we got Tyrese Maxey, over 11.5 rebounds and assists for plus 105. Guys, there's so many reasons why I like Maxey tonight. I just listed all the reasons, but I also love that he's plus value. I like the fact that we can more than double our money tonight, which is what I'm really hoping to do with this. So really like this. We could turn 1909 now into 3913 and hopefully keep this running. Like I said, our goal here is to make a handsome amount of money and then just keep this thing running, and hopefully we can make a few units here on our Straight Fire Faves Streak, and hopefully we get that rolling this week. That'd be great. Obviously, if we did 10 days of this, we'd be up around $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, something like that. I don't think we're gonna go that far. I don't know how many days. That's why I kind of just left it at my discretion. Once I feel like we've made a good bet, we won't cash that out, guys. You guys know how betting works. All good things, all things that go up must come down. So at some point, we are going to cash this out, and hopefully we can just keep the streak running until then, and then we're going to be like, you guys know how it is. So, appreciate y'all as always. If you guys enjoyed the content, hit the like and subscribe button for me. Always appreciate that. Like I said, on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Had a lot of fun doing today's video. Like I said, we got things rolling yesterday. It's a really good sign for us, guys. Normally, we just tend to be streaky. That is the thing. And I feel like we're going to get hot this week. I really do. I think it's going to be a great week. So lock in. Let's have some fun. Check out the NFL video as well. Cowboys, Raiders. Put a lot of time into that. And also don't forget to drop your favorite pick below. Outside of that, y'all have a great rest of your day. Catch you next time. Peace out.